This debate is very timely, and I want to say that it is timely also because in the beginning of July, we had planned a discussion in Romania where Commissioner Kyriakides had confirmed on exactly beating cancer plan. Unfortunately, the pandemic intervened in the meantime and we had to reconsider and reschedule. But nevertheless, I'm very happy to participate in this debate. I speak here as a member of the Environment and Public Health Committee and as the person in charge for the Renew Group for the Union Civil Protection Mechanism, an instrument that has become very important in addition to the health program as a result of the crisis, because in the Union Civil Protection Mechanism, we started speaking for the first time in the European history of having medical stockpiles and achieving them as well. I think it is an important step, and I will explain why. Mr. Marinescu very well mentioned the fact of EU competence. This has been lacking in the field of health. You know it very well. We have tried everything. We have tried the common market. We have tried other provisions in the treaty. But finally now there is a self-standing program worth 9.4 billion, which is a very good start. I do think that we can do even more by using different competences of the Union, as I said, in the sphere of the common market and others, in order to progress until, I hope, the conference on the future of Europe that will open soon will hopefully establish an EU competence, a shared competence in the field of health as we have in the other fields. Now, cancer is a very, very important topic. If we take the national economy, I always have this because I'm also a member specialized on environmental affairs. That's my main work in the European Parliament. And I always tell to people, you look at the economy and you see GDP and all these numbers, but do you also count the years lost to life, for instance, years lost to life, the amount of people lost to curable or preventable or treatable diseases. And this is something that we don't take account into our national evaluation of the economy or in our other evaluations. Nevertheless, we see the numbers, and I was shocked by the presentation of Professor Niels Wilkins, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry if I baptized you, we say in Romanian, where I will offer you a lamb according to tradition. But according to your presentation, unfortunately, there has been very little redress, very little, let's say, advance in terms of reducing mortality from cancer. I was shocked by that graph where Romania was almost at the same number as it had been in 1995, even though progress and you know, technical evolution have increased so much. Now, we have just come out of a pandemic, but nevertheless, my point is that cancer is perhaps the worst pandemic humanity has ever faced. Because pandemics come and go, cancer is here to stay. And it is an important point of view because in Romania, I don't know, in the rest of the EU countries, but cancer patients have under lockdown in many situations have not been able to treat during this time, have not been able to receive treatment, have not been able to see a doctor. And I know that this is an EU-wide problem, and we will see next year whether cancer morbidity or other factors have been perturbed by this exceptional situation or not. My guess is it has been. Now, it is very good that Commissioner Kyriakides, whom I trust very much, and I trust her strategic sense, to be honest, because she made this EU health program there present at exactly the right moment, in spite of a lacking EU competence on health, and with a 20-fold budget increase. This is a very important element, and I think it should be used in the following areas. I think it should be used for prevention. Marius, you mentioned in the beginning of your presentation the excellent quote from Stella Kyriakides that has shown indeed the difference between 82% mammography tests in Denmark, if I'm not mistaken, and 0.2% in another member state that she didn't mention. As far as I remember, the numbers for Romania were under 10% in any case. I'm not sure if we were the 0.2. I don't think we were, but in any case, we were pretty low. Early detection, treatment, and follow-up care. Now, I've said this in another conference on cancer, that we kind of need to establish a Schengen area for rare disease treatment. European citizens expect it. You know, we are people who are professionals, who are specialized in EU affairs. So we can talk about the treaty, we can talk about Article 168, about this or the other. But the reality is people expect it from the Union to help them when the member state cannot. It is a reality that I've said it also on the civil protection mechanism. Doesn't matter that the member states have not pledged the competence to the Union, the people expect it nonetheless. I am also a member of the budget committee, and I know that we ran a survey in which most people thought that the EU competence was on health, on social affairs, on environment, on foreign affairs, and only then on agriculture, etc. So it's actually upside down. People think we have competences that we don't, and do not know that we don't have competencies that they expect we do. So that is just a topic that I want to throw around. I do think we need to invest very much on digital health data collection. As somebody who, because of the job, travels a lot from one place to the other, I would like to have an electronic health data collection that is interchangeable and that is translated. Unfortunately, we missed a deadline on the 15th of November for submitting an application to the European Health Records Exchange. I have it here. I checked it at the end of the year. There were elections in Romania. Perhaps that was the reason. But we missed a deadline, and we missed an opportunity to have the health record established with European money, and also the translations being provided with European money. We need to invest a lot on artificial intelligence. Obviously, I mentioned the idea of Schengen areas, and I will also mention another point: stockpiles. Stockpiles have been a very difficult subject on this file, on the Union Civil Protection mechanism. I belong to the Renew group. We supported the idea of stockpiles. Also, the members here present supported it. Also, the member, I mean, what's fair is fair, I have to say it. EPP supported it integrally. Also, individual members from the SND did. But unfortunately, it was rejected in the Environment Committee. Nevertheless, the Commission had to come with an implementing act later and make it a reality nonetheless, which is a good thing. To have stockpiles is important. To have stockpiles for vaccines is important. To have stockpiles for cancer treatments, I think, is very important, especially if another dramatic event. It doesn't have to be a pandemic. The Romanian presidency called these the events low probability, high impact. If we have another low probability, high impact, and the circuits for medicines and everything is disrupted, what do we do then? You know. All right. Also, the idea of innovation centers on medicines, I think this is very good, should be financed with the health program. And I do believe the EU should back member states in having prevention programs, including through putting money where our mouth is. And the last point, personalized medicine. I know that some companies in Romania are trying this, and some labs, and in other places as well. I think they really need to receive investments and help to be able to provide personalized medicine to treating cancer patients. Once again, thank you for the invitation.